Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. I've got two graduates of Goshen High School with me. They graduated in the year of 2018. On the far corner, we have Ian Hinkle and Brock Snyder.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for coming. And this is kind of short notice. I had, we'll mention it in a little bit, but Clint Free of Common Ground had some airline mix-ups today, and he couldn't make it on time. But I want to thank y'all for coming, and we'll start with Ian. And y'all, you grew up in the land of Goshen, near
Right.
Goshen. What community?
Around Henderson.
Around Henderson.
Yep, around Henderson.
Who are your parents?
Eric and Narita Hinkle.
Eric and Dorita?
Narita. Eric
Narita.
and Narita Hinkle.
Now, where did they go to school?
My dad went to Luverne High School, and my mom went to Goshen High School.
Okay. Have you got siblings, brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother, Dearius Kite.
Now, what group is he? How old is he?
He's 25.
Okay, he's 25. All right. And what sports did you participate in at Goshen High School?
I played basketball, baseball, and football.
Okay. What about baseball? What position?
First base.
First base.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, and so you grew up in near the Henderson community.
Right.
You said Lower Dugan Road.
Right around.
Not
yep.
many people know where Dugan Road is.
Yeah, no, not many people know.
Yeah. Is that called Hopewell Cemetery? What cemetery?
Yep, right. Yep,
Hopewell?
right beside there.
Okay. All right, and this next young fella, I call him Norm Van Brocklin, Brock Snyder. And if you will, tell us about your hometown and the neck of the woods that you grew up in.
I grew up right around Henderson too, right outside of it.
Okay. Near Little Oak. And who are your parents?
Bart and Stephanie Snyder.
And have you got a sibling?
I have a little brother, Will.
A little brother Will. And we've been going to the same church for a long time. You're a member of Little Oak.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a member of Goshen, but we have a 3-church charge called the Goshen Charge, which includes Goshen, Little Oak, and Henderson Methodist
Yes.
Church. So we're all graduates of Goshen High School. We got purple and gold in our blood, and found these helmets on the side, so we got the helmets with us. First of all, I want to ask you about. So y'all grew up together, and y'all played basketball and baseball and football
Yes, sir.
since.
Ever since we were little.
We were little. We started playing Little League when we were in, what, 3rd grade?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There at the Goshen field, there
Yes,
in
sir.
Goshen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Who were your Little League coaches?
With my dad, Bart.
Yeah.
Is that the same guy?
Yeah, we
who-
played on the same
We
team.
played on the
Okay.
same team.
And when did y'all start like JV football?
I started in the 7th grade.
I started in 8th, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I? 7th, 8th?
Yeah,
Yeah, I started in 8th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now I know you wore number 2,
Yes, sir.
Deuce. What number did you wear?
Graduated with 17.
Graduated 17. Hey, Nate, if you can, start flashing some of those pictures with us. And tell us what university you go to, Ian.
I go to Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida.
Lakeland, Florida. There's a picture. Can we blow that up a little bit? Can we make it bigger? And there we go. Now tell us who all that is.
That's me from this past year.
That's you wore.
Yes, sir.
Who's on the far left?
That is my roommate up at Montgomery,
And what's his name?
Hunter Gibson.
And who's the young lady?
Her name is Sydney in the middle, and then on the far right, that's Macy Waller.
Macy. Who's a coach?
Xavier Rogers.
No, he's your position coach? Or
No,
what?
sir. He actually graduated with us at high school from
Really?
Goshen too. Yes, sir. And he's
Oh.
helping with the coaches up there.
What's his name again?
Xavier Rogers.
Great. All right. Next picture, please. Who is that fella?
That's me and my dad.
And he coached you. That was
Right.
your high school coach. And
Right.
so number 14,
Yes, sir.
and that's you and Macy at. Is this homecoming?
Yes, sir. It was.
And y'all kind of like each other, don't you?
Yes, sir. That's my
Okay.
girlfriend.
Okay. And she's a graduate of Goshen High School. Well,
She is.
She's a cheerleader. This is. I know who that. Tell everybody who this is.
That's my granddad, Jack Dykema.
Jack Dykema used to work here in Troy for a long time.
Yes,
and
sir.
He's Miss Judy is they're living in Florida, right?
They
His
are,
wife?
yes, sir.
Okay. And There's a good picture.
Yes, sir. There's Ian.
And
There we
where
go.
was that this year?
That was our freshman year.
Freshman
actually.
year.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
Where
it
did
was-
y'all play? Was that in Montgomery or
No, that was at my home field, Lakeland, Florida.
who won that game?
We did. The only
They
year they
beat
got us was this year.
Okay.
Only year.
So did you start as a freshman? You played some as a freshman?
Yeah, I was a true freshman. I didn't start my very first few games, but towards the end of the season, I started getting a lot more playing time.
So you were 16 then,
Yes, sir.
16
I
to
did.
17. High school. All right, now tell us who all this is, starting on the left.
That's a Xavier on the far left, right
Okay.
there, and you can get corner.
Yeah, that's my cousin, my first cousin, DeQuan Foster, in the fire gear. And in the middle, that's Xavier's dad, YZ Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he still coach a little bit at Goshen?
I have no idea.
He does.
Okay.
He
Okay.
does.
You
And
got-
you're- that he's holding your helmet up, right?
yeah.
That's the fire. Y'all are the fire.
Yep, Southeastern Fire.
Southeastern Fire, and that's you. What year was this?
That was our sophomore year,
2019.
And y'all won that game.
Yeah.
so They did.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And there's Brock. That time you're in the number 14.
Yes, sir. I just wore 16 for 1 year.
Okay. Well, great. And that was a good picture. And so now, what are you studying?
I'm studying
Right.
kinesiology, exercise science.
Okay. Now, what do you want to do with your career?
Well, I love working out. I love training. So anything I can do with training people or, you know what I'm saying, being a weight room coach or something like that, I'd like to do that.
You still think you'll be in Florida? You want to come back home this way or Georgia?
Yeah, I want to come closer to home.
Okay. Well, I know you're looking forward to this Thursday. What's on the menu for Thursday? And where do y'all go? You at your mother's house, your
Yeah,
grandmother's?
my mother's house. We got some ham, turkey, dressing, potato salad, lima beans. We got it all. We got it. Corn, everything.
Have you ever dined at his mother's house? I mean,
Okay,
Miss
Grand-Grand.
Grand-Grand's house.
No, on Thanksgiving, but I ate there before.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
if you've eaten there on the 20th of July, you've done good because it's good all the time. All right, and so you're about to finish your undergraduate,
Right.
And then you want to.
I want to do a master's in kinesiology.
So you have one more year of eligibility, and
Yes,
you're
sir.
looking at the possibility of transferring
Yes, sir.
to another school.
Right.
All right, Brock, what are you studying there at Faulkner?
Health science.
All right, health science. Now, what is your plan after that? Will you be there another year, or are you about to tassel? I call it tasseling out when you graduate.
Yes, sir. I'll graduate in the spring, and hopefully I can go to either medical school or PA school. They just opened a PA school at Faulkner, so if medical school don't work out, hopefully that's where I can go.
So you got a few choices
Yes,
there.
sir.
And now I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I know, of course, Coach Snyder and the coaching staff at Goshen were very instrumental. We'll get into that in a minute. But on the elementary level, if you could think of a teacher or teachers that influenced you, that as an elementary kid, when you were across the river, the Kanaka River, can you think of someone, Ian, that made an impact when you were in the elementary level?
Yeah, I almost remember all my teachers, to be honest. I had first grade, I had Miss Scarborough, I want to say.
Is her husband worked at the bank? Kind of a thin lady, Miss Scarborough?
Miss Scarborough?
Yeah.
Yeah, smaller
Yeah,
lady.
she's retired. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
and I
retired.
had second grade, I had Miss Bati. Third grade,
I know Miss Botti.
yeah. Third grade, I had Miss Cornley. Wait, what was her name? Miss Cord? No, started with a C.
Corley.
No, that was the principal. It was
Okay.
No, I forgot. Fourth grade, I had Miss Siggers. Fifth grade, that's when we started switching classes. But my homeroom was Miss Caffey. But we also had Miss Penny and a few more other teachers. In sixth grade, I had Miss Jody Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember all my teachers.
All right. What about the high school, say 7th grade and above? Name some of your teachers there that had a big influence on you.
I really like Miss Courtner, Miss Renee Courtner.
Mhm.
She was a pretty good teacher
What did she
when I
teach?
was younger. English.
Miss Courtner, is she still at Goshen?
No, sir. I think she's at Carroll High
Okay.
School now.
Miss Courtner.
We had Miss Acreage that taught us
Math?
Yeah, math
Okay.
at a younger age. Then upper class math, we had she gonna
Miss
she,
Ballard.
yeah, Miss Ballard and
Miss Schofield.
yeah, Miss Schofield. She gonna hate me for forgetting that.
Well, at least
yeah,
you got
Miss
her name out there.
Yeah, Miss
Keep
Schofield.
going.
Yeah, my favorite subject was math, so I really liked them. So who else we have? Well, I started dual enrollment in the 11th and 12th grade, so I stopped really taking a lot of high school class at Goshen. So I really didn't have like the full.
Then you went on the bus.
Yeah, I was.
How did that work? How did that work for you back then?
I was fortunate enough to drive, so in the morning I had to drive straight to Troy University. I had an 8 a.m. class and I had a 10 a.m. class at Troy
So
University.
you had an 8 o'clock class and a 10 o'clock.
And after lunch, I come back to a 3rd block class and then PE or 4th
Okay.
block or whatever.
Okay.
Practice.
All right. So we went through some of your teachers. What about the coaches that you remember the best? That really, all your coaches and all your sports that you want to mention that were very.
Yeah, we had starting with baseball. We had Coach Kensall. He's still there, right?
He's not coaching baseball anymore.
Oh yeah, we had Coach Kensall. He was a pretty good dude. I like to be around him playing baseball, and of course basketball. First we started with Coach Mitchell, pretty good. Then we had Coach Carroll towards the end of our high school. So then football, his dad. We had YZ Rogers helping.
Coach
Mike. Yeah. What was his last name?
Wilcoxon.
Yeah, Coach Mike Wilcoxon. Anywhere. I know it's a bunch of coaches I be forgetting.
Well, let me ask you this,
a
Ivan.
bunch of good coaches.
Aside from your parents
Mm-hmm.
and your teachers and your coaches, is there anyone else, family,
Mm-hmm.
that has been a real inspiration to you as you were growing up and has grown up into any of your grandparents or uncles or aunts that you want to mention
Yeah.
that really helped you?
Yeah, I had some pretty good, solid role models in my life. I had my dad, then I had my 2 granddads that was pretty close to me every day. And
Are your granddaddies still living?
no, they both passed away in 2018.
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
their names?
Comer Smith and Sam Hinkle.
Okay. And so they passed away when you were a senior in high school?
Well, right when I got to freshman year in college,
Okay.
about 6 months apart.
Yeah, that's tough
Yeah.
when you lose both your granddaddies in a short period of time.
Yeah, all right.
All right, Brock, your turn. Elementary teachers that really had a big impact on you.
Well, like I kind of remember most of mine, and they all played a big impact on me. I remember Miss Stroud, Mr. Fortner,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Kelly. Let's see.
Is that Kelly?
It is.
Kelly Wilkes, Kelly, daughter of Byron. She's the sister of Chris and Derek. Mother Gloria. Go ahead.
For 4th grade, I had Miss Mills, and 5th grade, I had Miss Penny, and then 6th grade, I had the same teacher. We both had Miss Jody Thomas. So,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Goshen is a pretty special place, and I want to ask y'all a question. First, I'm going to ask you a quick question. I know your Uncle Larry, when you broke his touchdown record at Goshen, how long did it take for him to forgive you? And he got over it? Because that was your first football game that you played. You broke his touchdown record. I don't know how many he scored, but you probably broke it your first game. I'm just messing with Larry. But happy birthday, Larry Snyder. It's coming up the 3rd of December. And your dad's got a birthday the 1st of December.
Yes, sir.
And Uncle Robin's got one the same day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But now what I was going to ask y'all to your perspective on some things, with Goshen in the area that it is in Pike County, we're kind of landlocked with Crenshaw County. In other words, that's a line that's hard, because you don't have any more on that side of town that you can draw players from. And most of your players, I think, go all the way up toward the Montgomery County line and maybe a little bit around the Henderson area.
Right.
So what are some of the difficulties with Goshen and athletics that are affected by that? I mean, how does that
most definitely trying to get everybody there.
Yeah.
I remember
Transportation.
once we could drive, I remember having to go all over the place to pick people up and take people home. Since I was in 10th grade, whenever I started driving, and I know he was the same way.
Yeah, like you just have people like 30 minutes apart or something like that, so it's kind of hard to get everybody together to work out and stuff.
Yeah, it's difficult, like in the summer, where you want to get stronger, faster. You know, a lot of guys have jobs, or their parents cannot bring them because they have jobs. So one thing about Goshen, we're in that corner. It's a little bit different at Brundage because, you know, that's a bigger city. And I imagine most of those kids live within a 10-mile spot from the high school. Charles Citizen's right here, you know, all together. Luverne's got a good pod. Granton's got a pretty good pod. Highland Home might be a little bit kind of like Goshen in a sense because they're on the Montgomery County border, but I know from personal experience, you know, your players, you might can get them to school. You can get them to school during the day once school starts. But then if they stay after school, the problem becomes how you gonna get them home. Then if you practice till 5:30 or 6, well, they still got to do the homework. They got to eat, and time they get home it's probably gonna be 8 o'clock. And then a lot of those kids, I imagine, get on the bus up there north of Troy around 5:30 or 6. I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
But they get on. That's kind of a thing. Now, all throughout your career, what classification did y'all play in the Alabama High School Athletic Association?
2A.
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 Yes, sir.
Then how long has Goshen been 3A? This is their second year?
This
Ever since we graduated, I guess.
They stayed in 2A one more year.
Oh, so 3 years.
I think this was
Their
their
third year.
third year. Yes, sir.
It's either their second or third year. I think they reclassify after Christmas
Yes, sir.
or right before Christmas. So Goshen will either stay 3A or they may come down to 2A. Now, in your opinion, what's the difficulty when Goshen has to play a Montgomery school, say Trinity, Montgomery Academy, or Catholic? What are some of the obstacles that a team like Goshen or a team like Pike County faces?
Definitely, if I had to say kind of what you just talked about is having to get everybody there during the summer months, because you can, since I stayed in Montgomery, I was able to go to some of the games the past couple of years, and you can definitely tell that the Montgomery teams were stronger than Goshen is nowadays, and I feel like that plays an effect on if they get to work out and stuff.
Yeah, well, here's another factor. When you play, is Montgomery Academy in our area, or is it Catholic and Trinity?
It was Catholic and Trinity.
Catholic and Trinity. See, to me, the dynamics of that situation is they draw from a huge city called Montgomery and the outlying parts. They don't have jurisdictional lines like Goshen has, like Luverne has, like Pike County has. Anybody that wants to go to Trinity or Catholic can go to that school, but they're charged like 1.3 people. So instead of being probably a 2A, they bump to 3A.
Yes.
But the advantage still lies within the fact that they've got all of Montgomery and outlying areas to draw from population-wise, and that makes it tough on all schools that play them who are just a regular, what I call a regular school like Goshen or Reeltown or whatever. And it's been a difficult battle, in that sense of the word. And, with, I don't want to get in much to, losing kids to private schools, because that's really happening now. And it didn't really happen so much when y'all were playing, did it? Did y'all lose?
We pretty much grew up with each other, so we just stuck with each other pretty much. We didn't want to leave each other.
And yet that was a in your senior class, how many was in your graduating senior class?
Like 70-something.
I think we had 66 or 76. It was one of the two.
76. But how many seniors played for Goshen, say football?
We had almost
about
20.
Yeah.
We had 18 to 20.
18.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rare
18
for a
to 20.
small 2A school. I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's rare. and that's the reason you went as far as you did. And I was there that night. I had jumped, I squeezed through the fence. The fence was locked, and that fog just rolled in the fourth quarter. And I snuck in there, and I was in the end zone. I was ready to catch that ball, but it didn't happen. All I heard was thump, thump.
Oh, yeah.
And still had a chance at the end to tie it up. Still had a chance. And I know y'all probably think about that play about once a day, if not more.
Really.
But you were there. That's the furthest Goshen's been.
Yes, sir.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we have Ian Hinkle. He attends Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida. He's a member of the Fire, the football team there. You played there 4 years?
4 years.
And we have Brock Snyder, who played at Faulkner University. Your career's over. Did you have another year if you wanted one?
I actually had 2 more years, but I'm graduating, so I don't think I'm going to play anymore.
Yeah, you got 2 more, but then you're fixing to. When you say the medical field, it's all about bugs.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be right back after these messages.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Welcome back to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. I have, on the far end, I have Ian Hinkle, and in the middle we have Brock Snyder. And they are fans of the Peanut. And what person developed over 300 uses for the Peanut?
George Washington Carver.
What university?
Tuskegee.
What county?
Tuskegee, probably. I don't know.
Starts with an M.
Montgomery?
Tag number 46.
I don't know that county.
Macon.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to let you pick first. These are from the Goshen Farmers Co-op and the Pike Farmers Co-op. They're one of our sponsors. We have honey roasted, we got roasted salted, and we got another honey roasted. So I'm going to let you pick first which one.
Honey roasted.
There we go. That's for you.
I want the honey roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a little small token of my appreciation for you being on the show.
Thank you.
Now, in your spare time, when you're away from school and you're away from athletics, what are some of the things you enjoy doing?
I love hunting and fishing. Yeah, I like going to the Snyder Pond and catching bass.
Okay, hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. Now, so you do what kind of hunting? Do you deer?
Deer.
What else? Have you ever turkey hunted?
No, I want to. Anybody want to take me out?
Me too. Never been turkey hunting.
Me neither.
What about you, Brock?
I like hunting.
You ever fish much, or?
I ain't a big
Nah,
fisher.
he don't like- he ain't got the patience for it.
I'm not very patient for that.
Well, you know, our next guest here in a few minutes is the Zion Chapel bass fishing team.
They got a bass fishing team? in
Yes,
high
they
school?
do. Yeah, and here's how.
Oh, wow.
And I'll find out more about it, but the school just gives them the permission to use Zion Chapel, but they pretty much have to do their own fundraising and all that kind of stuff, and sign waivers and all that. But yeah, they're coming on next,
That's pretty cool.
and that'd be neat if all these, you know, I don't know how much, what it would be or how to get. We're fixing to find out, but.
Yeah.
I like to fish, but it's been a long time since I've been fishing. I have been to the Snyder Pond before.
Yeah. It's pretty good one.
So now, are y'all out for the holidays, or you got to go back? Next
Yeah, I
week?
got to go back for 2 weeks to
Okay.
finish up finals and stuff.
Okay, and then when you do that, you have one more semester, then you'll graduate,
Right, I graduated in April.
and that degree will be in what again?
Kinesiology, exercise science.
So he gets to tassel out, and I know the people at Goshen are proud of you because you are another step closer. I mean,
Yeah.
you're about to graduate college.
That's big. That's big.
And all right, Brock, what are some other things that you enjoy doing? Well, you said hunting. Can y'all cook?
Yeah,
I can cook. I
Yeah.
don't know how great it is. to
Now, what
everybody
can you
else.
cook?
I mean, I can cook your regular like hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff
Can
like
you
that.
cook peas and butter beans and cornbread and homemade biscuits? And
I've never tried.
cornbread, yeah, I can.
you got one of the best opportunities to learn how. Go up to grandmother's house.
Oh, yeah. You don't pay attention?
He just shows up when it's breakfast time.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
probably he was lucky. Did you eat breakfast there all throughout your
Every morning.
every morning? Good gracious.
Every morning.
I'm about to starve. I wonder if she's got any leftovers in the refrigerator.
I'm sure.
Now, what are some of the things that you can cook?
I like grilling, so I put anything on the grill. Charcoal grill.
Okay.
Like chicken, ribs.
You like charcoal
burger.
rather than
Yeah,
gas?
I like the flavor of charcoal better.
Well, we got another good place here in Troy called Southern Grill and Patio. Jody and my daughter Abby gave me a grill for my birthday back in September, and well, I really enjoyed it. It's charcoal. But so when you'll come home for the holidays, you'll get to come all the way back to Alabama where you stay in Florida
No, I'm coming back for sure.
and just relax and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Now, Brock, when you come home, what are some things that you do on the farm? I know you. What?
Oh Lord, fix fence just about every day almost, and then feed the cows every day.
How many head of cows do y'all have?
About 175.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And now y'all have cows or anything like
No, I
that?
don't have anything.
What about when you have your cows? What are are there any predators that you have to worry about, like coyotes or
There's a few coyotes, but it's not
not bad?
like it had been before. I remember.
But y'all got what is it, donkeys or?
Yes, sir.
How
we
many
do.
donkeys do you have?
Oh Lord, a lot.
And they are with the cows.
Yes.
They help protect.
Yes, sir.
I've heard they help protect the cows against coyotes and things of that nature. With Christmas coming up, are y'all going on any kind of vacation anywhere?
Not this year, I don't think for me. Last year I went to the caves in Tennessee sometime. Oh no, we went to Ruby Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Pretty nice.
this week we're going to Cartersville. I've got a nephew that lives up there. Jody's sister and her husband live in that part of Georgia, and Abby's supposed to go. And Friday, they're scheduled to go to Ruby Falls and to
Yeah,
Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga.
Yeah,
I've been, but
yeah, that's where I went. It was pretty nice.
I'm probably going to head south and go to a high school football game in Georgia. Zach Giddens is the offensive coordinator. His dad's Claude Giddens used to coach at Highland Home, but they'll be playing Friday night and Saturday. Have you got who will you be pulling for
Roll
Saturday?
Tide.
I'm gonna be pulling for Auburn. they're not looking
Rotate.
too hot this
Yeah.
year.
But I want you to tell the story about your granddaddy Jack would pick you up, right,
Yes, sir.
and take you to daycare.
Yes, sir.
What would Jack do on the way?
He would sing the Auburn fight song every morning, so
And
I'd be an Auburn fan, and it worked.
And then
Wow.
didn't he do some play-by-play like it's not our quarterback? Did he ever do that kind of stuff?
Sometimes when we were out there playing in the yard or something, he would do that.
Now your grandparents on the other side, Jack and
Judy.
Judy.
Hmm.
Okay, and then your mother her maiden name is Dykema.
Yes.
Okay, so on your dad's side, tell everybody who your grandparents are on that side.
Keith and Linda Snyder.
Keith and Linda. Well, here's what I want y'all to do. The land of Goshen, very special. Let's name, if we forget anybody, we're sorry. We apologize. But some of the icons as far as boosters, community members, let's name some folks in Goshen who have been there through thick and thin.
Eric's granddaddy.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlie
Charlie
Sankey.
Sankey.
Charlie
Yeah.
Sankey,
Keith.
Keith and Linda, Keith the Snyders,
Mhm.
Larry,
Yes, sir. Roy Stroud.
Royce and Miss Jane.
Let's see. Who else used to sit over in that corner in basketball games? Danny and Carol Rhodes.
The road boy.
Yeah, oh yeah. They definitely.
We got to think of the road path. Let's see, Royce and Agnes Stroud, Royce and Jane,
Yes, sir.
the Thomas's Pork Chop, Miss Sally, of course, we lost Pork Chop.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Russell, Miss Jody. Who's been some of the administrators there at Goshen that y'all had?
Oh, Coach Lane.
Coach Lane.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Did he ever get a hold of y'all?
He never got a hold
No,
of
I
me.
never had a good hold of me either.
Well, I think I got paddled one time for skipping school. But we really weren't skipping. We went to somebody's house for lunch. We never came back. Well, just well, listen, I want to thank y'all for coming on the show, and want to wish y'all the best of luck in the future. And I know the people of Goshen are very proud of you, the people of Henderson and Little Oak, the whole shoot match. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian Hinkle and Brock Snyder, and the pride of the purple and gold. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
And ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
we'll be back with the Zion Chapel fishing team after these messages.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Welcome back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Zion Chapel Bass Fishing Team. The Zion Chapel Bass Fishing Team. Zion Chapel is located in Coffee County, and their sponsor or coach is Miss Dana Haley, and we have with us Ethan Young. Just wave to the camera, Ethan, and he's an 11th grader. Jackson Dowdy is a 9th grader. Avery Paget is an 11th grader. And we got 3 that are not with us. That's Kevin Dowdy, Cole McDaniel, and Kevin Scholl. And Kevin's an 11th grader, Cole's a 12th grader. And Kevin, what grade is he in?
10th grade, yeah.
10th. Well, Miss Dana, how did the bass team start at Zion Chapel?
Well, we had a couple boys who wanted to get it started, my son and Ethan. And we tried several years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, to try to get it started. And we finally, it took a little process, but we got it going, and we are not sponsored by the team, by the school, but the school lets us use their name, and we're just kind of doing it as a community type team. Bass Nation will let you do it that way.
Bass Nation. So if there's a school out there that their parents want to start one, they contact Bass
Nation High School. And that is, you can find it online.
Okay. Just go
and
to
it
Bass.
gives you all the instructions on what to do.
BassNation.com.
Bass Nation.
Okay, Bass Nation. Now, what year again did y'all start?
We started in 2019.
2019, and
This is our 3rd year.
3rd year. Now, what are some of the lakes that y'all fish at? How many times do you fish?
Oh, the boys can probably answer that better than I can.
Name some of the lakes that y'all been to.
Eufaula, Mitchell, Martin, Lay, the Alabama River, Tensas River down in Mobile. We're going to Lake Jordan this year in December. West Point this in December. We fish a lot of Eufaula and Martin around them lakes. We go there 2 or 3 times a year.
So when was your last tournament?
Last weekend at Eufaula.
Last weekend?
Yes, sir.
Now, how did we do as a team? How many teams were there?
Those all 3 of our teams except Cole McDaniel wasn't there.
They're usually, it's according to what trail. We fish 3 different trails. We fish East Alabama High School Trail, Wiregrass Student Angler Trail, and Alabama Bass Nation Tiger Trail. Okay. And we just finished up the Wiregrass Student Angler Trail. That was the last trail in Eufaula, the last tournament on that trail. And there's usually around 100 and something boats that fish. Now,
when you say teams, so these guys are paired up as 2s?
Yes, there's 2 per boat and
2
a
per
boat captain. There has to be a boat captain.
And the boat captain must be an adult of age.
That has graduated.
At least graduated high school. And when all this comes, the students have to sign waivers.
Yes.
For the school. They have to sign waivers for the tournament. How much does it cost per 2-man team? But basically,
it's $40 a tournament.
$40 a tournament. And that's per person or as the team?
No, it's team.
Okay, now the boat and the fuel, do those belong to team members, or does it belong to the guides, or y'all, how does that work?
We don't have any guides. Sometimes we wish we had some guides, right? Guides for some of those trails or some of those lakes that we fish. But it's the team's responsibility to have a boat and a boat captain.
In other words, who's on the team here?
Me and Ethan.
Avery and Ethan.
Okay, so it's your responsibility to find a boat and somebody to drive your boat.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all normally have the same person each event?
Sometimes.
We usually keep them around 2. We got 2 or 3 people. My dad, his dad, and a few other people that come on and captain us when we need them.
All right, when does the tournament normally start? What day? On a Friday?
Saturday. 3 fish on a Friday and tournament on a Saturday.
So you practice fish?
Yes, sir.
and then you fish for real.
Yes, sir.
If you had to miss a school day, they'll give you an opportunity to make that work up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are some ways that the community or a viewer can sponsor or help promote the Zion Chapel bass fishing team?
We handed out sponsor letters at the beginning of the school year, and there was a lot of sponsors that are a lot of companies and places, businesses that have sponsored us. But you can still sponsor us by getting a hold of one of the anglers with anything. I mean, monetary donation or snacks and juices and stuff like that. We will accept that, because we fix them a little snack bag to take out on the boat when they're pre-fishing, and of course we have them drinks like water and Gatorade and stuff like that, so that they have that on the boat as they're fishing. And that we do that for pre-fishing and for the day of the tournament, which is on Saturdays.
So in that boat, you have to have a live well to keep the fish alive. So when you weigh them in, is it a 5 fish limit?
Yes, sir.
Can we look at one of the shirts here? Are
Sure.
these your sponsors?
Yes,
Yeah,
these
one
are
of
our
your stand-up.
these are our new
Yeah,
jerseys.
let's go here at the top, and we got member of the Bass. What is this?
Nation, Bass Nation.
This is your name, Avery Paget.
Yes, sir.
Berkeley. Move your tassel for me. This is pronounce that Abu Garcia.
Abu Garcia.
What is that?
Just a rod and reel company.
Okay, up here, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Okay,
Southern Tractor Company.
they have 2 locations.
They do in Elba and Troy.
Where's the one in Troy? Is it out there?
It's on 231.
Okay, is it still there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And then Zion Chapel Bass Team. That's your logo. Premier.
Yes,
Chrysler,
they're one of our
Dodge,
big
Jeep, Ram,
sponsors.
and that's Jason Gregory. He's one of our sponsors.
Mhm.
You got Southern
That's
S&C.
S&C
materials.
Materials and Paving. That's another big sponsor of ours.
That's in Troy, Alabama. Okay, and then with Troy Bank and Trust,
Yes.
the only bank you'll ever need. Genwright Auto Repair.
That's out of Jack, Alabama.
That's going down.
125.
He fixed my truck about 6-8 months ago. Jiminy Jerseys. Is this
That's
the,
the jersey that makes her.
and Cook
Chevrolet.
and
Elba.
Elba? All right, let's
All right, let's turn around.
Oh, I love that. Ooh. American flag. American flag. Lose. What is Lose?
Another rod and reel company.
Okay, and this is
Strike Company.
Strike King.
Strike King.
All right, keep turning. All right, we got Bassmaster High School, Mossy Oak. Jerseys presented by Academy Sports. Okay, that's his last name.
That's his last
Paget. K&W
Yes,
Plastics.
that's a big sponsor of
Here
ours.
in Troy. All right, we got Mark's Outdoor Sports. Where's that at?
That's in Birmingham. They give discounts for the boys if they put them on their jersey, and they tell them when they go into the store to buy something, they are always good to give us discounts
Okay.
when we're in Birmingham.
Okay, WW Freedom
That's
Marine.
Freedom Marine out of Gunnersville.
They
They offer a contingency program where when we fish Bass Nation tournaments, that if someone has bought a boat from there, they offer $1,000 contingency if you're the highest finished boat in that tournament.
Okay. Turn this way. So we got Guns R Us.
That's out of Elba. That's another big sponsor.
Front Porch, Troy, Alabama. I've heard of that.
Yes.
Y'all ain't going there this year.
Not yet. They can't.
All right, here we go. Mossy Oak. Okay, and Denelli Rods. We know about them. And Zoom. Where's the Zoom bait company located? Do you know where it's located? And these are the hats that y'all got too?
Now, we've got one more sponsor
Oh,
on it's DeVos Repair out of
Boss truck repair.
our
Oh,
Caleb
yeah,
DeVos.
yeah.
He fished with us last year.
Here's how that happened. I borrowed Buddy Hargrove's golf cart at homecoming from Troy University, and
That's his grandson.
and I pulled up on my truck. If you see my truck, that's a NASCAR on truck. That's kind of like my logo, but it's also it's kind of like a bass boat on wheels. It's got all my sponsors. Well, Buddy said, I like your truck. And I said, yeah. Said something about the TV show. He said, well, and then the name come up about Zion Chapel having a bass team, and I ended up talking to DeVos.
Right. Caleb called me and told me that you were interested in having
that's
us.
how here we are.
Right, here we are.
And can we show some of those pictures, Nate? you know, in the booth, we have Nate Braystead.
Yeah, he's from Zion Chapel. That the boys were in there talking to him just a few minutes ago.
And, yeah, here we
And
go.
that's the check.
Who we got here?
Avery and Ethan. They finished highest in that tournament. That bought a boat from Freedom Marine, and so they got $1,000 check.
That was this year?
That was this year.
Wow.
And then that's Avery's daddy Kyle, and then the other two people are from Bass Nation.
That's just in the red.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the boat captain for that tournament.
Who is that young fella?
Okay, there's Jackson Dowdy right there.
Jump in there, Jack. Tell us about it.
All right, tell him about the fish you caught him.
It was late in the evening, and
That was one of the pre-fishing days, wasn't it, Jackson?
that was
That was late.
Oh, okay.
What'd you catch him on?
a rattle trap,
What color?
shad.
Okay.
That's Cole McDaniel and Kevin Jr. that's not with us tonight. And that was at one of our Wiregrass student angler trails.
Is he the kid that's about 6'6"?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Let me see your thumbs.
I ain't
Oh.
doing
Then any scratches on
They-
your thumbs? Okay.
You should have seen them Saturday.
Okay.
And this is Kevin and Avery. This was now they made it to nationals. We had two teams to make it to
Great,
nationals, which
great,
is a
great.
huge deal, especially coming from a small school with just a few teams like
Where
we
were
have.
the nationals held, Dana?
In Tennessee.
Dayton, Tennessee.
What Tennessee?
Dayton, Tennessee.
Dayton,
Blake.
Lake
At Lake
Chickamauga.
Chickamauga.
Lake Chickamauga.
And this was one team that made it.
That's Ethan and Avery.
Tell me about it. That was
Uh,
that was at the nationals.
yes, ma'am.
That was the team. They wanted us to turn in pictures of our team, so they sponsored them on their
That,
website. So that was one team that
you know,
made
the
it.
Troy Messenger and Troy Life magazine ought to feature.
That would be wonderful.
This would be a neat story for, you know, people. I know one lady whose children went to Charles Henderson. She was interested in it at one time.
I've had
But
several
This is
that-
so.
mhm.
This is so neat.
I've had several people who have contacted me. That's the other. That's Caleb DeVos.
That was last
And
year.
yes, and Kevin Dowdy, they were teammates last year, and they also qualified for nationals. Avery and Ethan actually finished 5th in the state championship, so that qualified them for nationals. Then Caleb and Kevin fished an open, what they call an open. There's several opens that are across the U.S. that they can fish in to qualify for nationals. And they finished 19th. They take the top 18th. I'm sorry, and they take the top 20.
So Kevin's not with us.
He's
Kevin. Okay. And who are these two?
That's me and Ethan. That's at the state championship when we come in 5th.
Were you,
That was a 2-day tournament. It
Well-
was Friday and Saturday.
what day of the year was that?
June.
June.
And there were about how many boats in it? Two.
A little over 200 boats.
And they finished 5th out of 200 and something boats, and that's all over the state.
Y'all hold that when you talk. Speaking of that, and I can speak into the microphone.
This is Jackson. That's you and your dad. That was a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
That was East Alabama last year.
What pond was that at? What
That was
lake?
at Lake Martin.
And again, that's Kevin and
That's when he won.
That's
Lake
Kevin and his
Martin.
boat captain. They won first.
That's Kevin,
Yes,
Kevin
the
Dowdy.
junior. Yeah.
And that's Hagen Marlin. He fishes for Faulkner University.
Montevallo.
Oh, I'm sorry, Montevallo.
Do
I'm
they offer?
sorry.
Do they offer scholarships?
Yes.
They do. Wow.
And that's
DeVos.
DeVos and Caleb. And what was that one?
That was at Lay
That was
in
at Lay
April.
in April. They placed second. And me and Avery placed third.
There you are.
There we go.
So we had a team come in second and third, and that actually we got team of the
Team championship.
for that tournament because we placed that high. And that's them again. That's second and third place.
Let me ask you a question. So,
And this is the team picture.
of everybody, all right,
That was
from-
last year's.
Let's name them again.
Okay.
in the camo.
In the camo, that's Jackson Dowdy, and then behind Jackson is Peyton Fitzgerald. He fished with us last year. He was a senior. And then Ethan in the red, and then Caleb DeVos in the middle, Avery in his suit. I don't bibs. And then that's Larry Campbell. He's the vice president. He helps out with a lot of stuff too. And then Kevin Jr. and then myself holding the
And
trophy.
that's Miss Dana.
But that was a good day for us. We had a good finish, and we got team of
So
the
that's
tournament.
3 teams.
Yes, 3 teams.
That was
That was last year.
Last year.
Last year on the East Alabama Trail.
all right. So that's Ethan, right?
Yes.
11th grader, and this is Avery, 11th grader. Do y'all normally like what's your name again? You are
Jackson.
Jackson. You're a 9th grader. Who do you fish with? Who's your teammate?
Kevin Shule.
Kevin. So he's in the 10th grade. So when he graduates, will you pick up someone, or do y'all decide amongst yourself, hey, I'm gonna fish with this guy this weekend, or y'all try to fish together?
We try to find somebody at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we pick our
And stick
teams
with 'em.
at the beginning of the year.
That way you know each other, and you're both on the same boat. That means a total of 5 fish or 10.
5.
5 total between the two.
And we have to turn in our teams before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we can't swap. They can't swap teammates on a trail, or
Okay.
they'll be penalized.
Sure. Okay.
So they have to keep the same team throughout the trail. But if someone can't make it, we can have an observer, and they can fish by themselves. But we have to have an observer.
But were y'all the team champion?
Yes, that was that
champion
same
in March
tournament.
20th. That's great. Now, do those trophies go to the school, or do y'all keep
We
them?
keep them.
Okay.
And
That was
That was
us.
it. Lake Mitchell came in
Third.
third.
Last year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And how many tournaments have we fished in this school year? 5.
oh yeah, 5.
And our next one is in December.
December 11th.
And where will that be?
Lake Jordan.
Lake Jordan.
Lake Jordan is in what county?
We
It's-
talked,
Well, okay. All right, is there another one in December?
I think
So the next one will be in January or February?
January.
And there, how many more do you have till the end of the school year?
Around
Let's
10.
see, 4, 8.
Say 5, yeah.
8, and then if they make it to the state, if they qualify for state, they'll fish yet, and it's usually in June. And then, of course, Nationals is in July.
Miss Dana, go ahead and tell, the audience how they can get in touch with you about sponsoring or donating money.
Okay.
For
We
the-
have a Facebook page. They can reach me on our Facebook page, and it's Zion Chapel Bass Team. I can give out my phone number. They can reach me that way, or they
Okay.
can call the school. They'll get a hold of me
Yeah.
through the school as
Yeah.
well.
Zion Chapel Bass Team on
Yes,
Facebook.
On Facebook.
And this show is on Facebook and it's on YouTube. So if you want to watch it, you can go watch it on Facebook or YouTube. And our replays will be on Wednesday nights between 9 and 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But I'm so glad I ran into Buddy and
I
bass
know, that's
fishing.
wonderful.
Man, it's great. And
Because this gives us exposure, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it gives the opportunity for other schools.
Yeah.
We've had several schools that have started, like OP and
Mm-hmm.
Florella have started this year.
Now, what TV stations do y'all watch? Y'all live near Zion Chapel, correct?
Yes.
What community? I mean,
Like Jack and Elba.
Jack and Elba. Jack.
Jack.
Well, you actually newbie, if you
Newbie,
want to give a community, but yeah.
So, what TV station for news do y'all watch?
For us, where we live, it's WTVY out of Dothan.
Out of Dothan.
And y'all have Troy Cable, right?
I think so.
Do y'all watch any Montgomery stations for the news or anything like that? Y'all
we
mostly
get,
do.
yeah, we can get it.
Okay.
Montgomery and Dothan.
But it's like the Dothan Eagle. Have y'all ever?
We have
an article?
Avery's grandmother, Sylvia Paget, writes our articles for us.
Okay.
And she sends in pictures, and then we do it through the Enterprise Ledger and Elba Clipper.
Right.
And sometimes the Enterprise Ledger or the Dothan Eagle will sponsor or pick up what
Right.
the Enterprise Ledger has out
I
there.
got you.
But they choose the pictures. Sylvia will send in some pictures, and they choose what pictures that they put on in the papers. But we do have someone that writes that up for us.
Now, I know you've got some good sponsors from Troy. It seems like Enterprise would be a good hotbed for sponsorships. Maybe.
We've tried some places in Enterprise, and we did have some sponsorship last year from Enterprise, from a few.
Okay. Well, let's go around. We'll start. Y'all can help me with your names again. This is Avery.
Avery
What's the
Paget.
biggest bass you ever caught? Hold it up high. And what lake?
It was actually at a pond. It was a little over 9 pounds at a pond over there right next to my house.
Yeah, when Raymond Ledford asked him about fishing, he said, "Yeah, I was over there fishing on the river by that cypress stump." That's all they gonna say. That's where I was
So
fishing.
yeah, they won't give their
I always
spots. Don't
thought-
worry.
What about, this is, don't tell me, is this Jackson? Okay. You're the youngest of the bunch. You're a ninth grader. Do you have eighth graders or do they have to be ninth graders and above?
The eighth grader Jackson started last year with us
Okay.
as an eighth grader.
What about you, Jackson?
The biggest fish I ever caught, I think it was like 10 pounds and something out of my pond in my backyard.
Okay.
Those
All right.
pond fish.
What about you, Ethan?
It's probably a little over 9. I was with Avery when I caught it.
Okay. Now, do you fish?
I do not fish.
Do you not?
I do not. Well, I've been with these two boys since they were probably 9, 10 years old, taking them out on. We started out on a John boat. That's what they wanted to. That's why they wanted to start this bass team.
So your goals, I mean, we're in the 11th grade and 9th grade. When you graduate from high school, what are some aspirations that you have?
I would love to try to get a scholarship to college. I know Auburn don't give fishing scholarships, but they have a really good team. Try to go somewhere fish college in Montevallo, Auburn, any of them.
And but who all has scholarships or somewhat as it relates to bass? Montevallo and
Montevallo,
Troy.
Faulkner, I
Does
believe.
Troy
does.
do?
They have a bass team.
The Auburn don't get. I guess they're kind of like us. They do it on their own.
Okay.
They're not really with the school.
What about? Let's see, make sure I got Jackson right.
Yes.
What about you? I mean, you got a long way to go. You're just a ninth grader. Any thoughts what you might want to do?
Maybe go to college, fishing.
Ethan.
Like Avery said, try to go to Montevallo. Maybe it'd be good to get into Auburn or Troy, even maybe, or Alabama.
Yeah, they are.
Now, the fishing shops in this area, do y'all order most of your stuff online? We have another sponsor called Pond Stalker.
Oh yeah.
Jet Trotter.
I've heard-
Have you ever?
I've heard of that.
He is not far from here, and he might be interested in helping you with supplies, or I'll just talk to you about him. But Pond Stalker, they're a sponsor of this show, and they have a lot of aeration devices, fertilizer devices, bait and tackle, and all that kind of stuff.
Avery actually works for Guns R Us, and he does the fish and tackle part of it.
And Elba.
And they give us a discount. They're a sponsor of ours, and they also give our team a discount.
Yeah. So the bait and tackle shots, there's one in Elba,
There's one in Elba.
and that name again is
Guns R Us.
Guns R Us. Is there any more? Is
Other than
there one in Enterprise?
I don't think.
I
No,
don't
Troy has Jabs,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to have another one, but we only have Jabs right now.
There's not many around here.
unless you go to
Unless you
You
go
got
to
Dothan or you
Clinton,
find?
Alabama. There's a bunch of
Clinton,
Clinton,
Montgomery,
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Now, do y'all, besides fishing, do y'all hit the woods a little bit?
Yes, sir.
We try to when we get time.
Do y'all mainly deer hunt, or what other?
Duck hunting.
Duck? Okay. Anybody turkey hunt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all been hunting this year?
I went this afternoon actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just left the woods.
Okay.
A little bit ago.
Well, Miss Dana, is there anything else you'd like to bring up? Tell them how to contact you again if they.
Yeah, I will give you my phone number. It's
Okay.
334-406-0498. One other thing that I want to mention is we have a tournament, boys. Y'all want to talk about our benefit tournament?
Yeah, we got a benefit tournament.
Let's do this. Let me give you my speaker. Go ahead.
December the 4th, Lake Jordan, the state ramp. Entry fee is $100. Pay 1 out of 10 boats at safe out till 2 o'clock. But we'll register and everything that morning of the tournament. We'll show them, write your name down, and pay or whatever.
And
So this benefits Zion Chapel, and it's at Lay,
It's at Lay Lake.
and what weekend?
Lake Jordan.
Lake Jordan.
Oh, I'm
Lake-
sorry, Lake Jordan, and it's December the 4th.
That's not this weekend, but the
The
next one, I
next.
The
believe.
first weekend in
December. Okay. Well, good. And guys, I want to wish y'all the best. You know how fisherman shakes? My daddy showed me that.
Aw.
And I swear I learned to fish from my daddy, Joe Lee. But Dana, thank y'all so much
Yes,
for coming.
thank you
and
for
best of
having
luck
us.
of y'all on the waters and safe safety on the waters at all
Yes.
times, safety while you're driving back and forth. And I'm proud. And I know your parents put a lot into it, and
Yeah, this is
it's a great
definitely,
thing. And it's you gotta.
you got to be dedicated because it's a lot of weekends. It's a lot of travel and a lot of pre-fishing to, know where those fish are for that tournament.
I love that shirt. That's a
Thank
nice
you,
little
thank
jacket.
you.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on Good News and Interviews. This is the Zion Chapel Bass Fishing Team. There's about 3 of them this year.
There's 3 teams.
3 teams. And thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. On live on show.
Oh.
All right, Miss Dane gets picked first. This is one of my sponsors.
Oh.